All right, get ready, everyone, because we are diving headfirst into Chapter 9, The Midnight Duel. This chapter is a whirlwind.
It really is.
It's got action, it's got those first glimpses of magic, and it's got a three-headed dog. What more could you ask for, right, Sin?
And, it lays the groundwork for so much of what's to come later in the series. You see those early hints of those major themes, the rivalries, it's all starting to simmer.
And the character dynamics are really taking shape.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's start right at the beginning with that flying lesson. It's Harry's first time on a broomstick, and honestly, I'm not sure who's more nervous, Harry or Neville.
Oh, poor Neville. He just can't seem to catch a break. Although, I have to say, Madam Hooch's little warning about being out of Hogwarts before they can say Quidditch, that's some serious foreshadowing right there. Like, buckle up, kids. Things are about to get interesting.
Oh, for sure. And then you've got Harry, who just takes to flying like a natural. I mean, he's up in the air. He's doing flips. Effortless, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he was born to be on a broomstick.
Well, that definitely foreshadows his future as the Gryffindor Seeker, doesn't it?
No doubt. You can practically see the Quidditch star rising right there. But, of course, no good flying lesson is complete without a little bit of Malfoy drama, right?
Of course not. Speaking of foreshadowing, there's Malfoy picking on Neville, stealing the Remembrall.
Classic bully behavior.
Yeah, always targeting those who are perceived as, well, weaker, different.
Yeah. But Harry's not having any of it. He takes off after Malfoy, and it's this incredible aerial chase.
I know, it's like something straight out of a movie. You can almost feel the wind in your hair as they zoom around the castle.
Totally. And it's clear that Harry is a skilled flyer, but he's also brave.
Oh, absolutely. He doesn't hesitate for a second.
He's standing up to Malfoy, defending Neville, and it's all happening hundreds of feet in the air.
That takes guts. Though it's interesting, Malfoy backs down pretty quickly when he realizes he doesn't have Crabbe and Goyle to back him up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
He's all talk when he has his goons with him, but on his own,
Not so much.
not so much. Now let's talk about Professor McGonagall.
Oh, yes. Professor McGonagall.
What a scene. First, she's absolutely furious with Harry.
Understandably so. He did break a major school rule.
Oh, totally. But then, almost in the blink of an eye, her anger turns to this, like, she's impressed.
She recognizes his talent immediately.
And just like that, Harry is the new Gryffindor Seeker.
Breaking a century-old tradition.
Crazy. Professor McGonagall, she's a force to be reckoned with.
She is, and I think this scene also shows us a little bit of her favoritism towards Gryffindor, and maybe a touch of dislike for Snape.
Oh, definitely.
She's not exactly subtle about it.
No, she's not.
Yeah.
Okay, so Harry's now a Quidditch star in the making, but he's also got this midnight duel to deal with.
Right, thanks to Malfoy.
Malfoy's challenge, all this talk of wands and spells, it really brings home that magic can be dangerous.
It's not all fun and games.
Not at all. And Ron's explanation of a wizard's duel, like what happens if someone really gets hurt, it's kind of scary, right?
Yeah, and the role of a second. They're not just there to watch, they have responsibilities. It's serious business.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, we have Hermione trying her best to talk them out of it.
Always the voice of reason.
She is. Sticking to the rules, worried about Gryffindor losing points. But Harry and Ron, are they listening?
Not really. They're young.
Nope.
Impulsive.
Determined to face Malfoy no matter what.
A classic case of teenage bravado.
It really is.
And a dash of that Gryffindor courage. Maybe a little too much.
Maybe. But hey, what's a good story without a little rule breaking, right?
I guess you have a point.
So, there you have it. Flying lessons, a duel challenge, and the first hints of real danger lurking beneath the surface. This chapter really sets the stage. But there's a lot more to unpack.
Oh, definitely.
So stay tuned, because we're just getting started.
We are. You know what gets me about that whole duel thing? Ron's explanation. It's like he's talking about a game of gobstones or something.
Right. Like, oh yeah, you just, shoot some spells at each other, no big deal.
Exactly. Completely glossing over the fact that magic can be really dangerous. I mean, these kids are 11.
I know. It's like they haven't fully grasped the gravity of what they're dealing with. But on the other hand, you've got Hermione.
Bless her heart.
Trying to be the voice of reason. Don't do it, you'll get in trouble. Think of Gryffindor.
She's always so worried about the rules.
Oh, yeah. And for good reason. I mean, they could get expelled.
Exactly. Hermione represents that side of magic that's all about control, about studying and responsibility.
Right. She's definitely not one for reckless spellcasting.
Definitely not.
But Harry and Ron, fueled by that Gryffindor fire, They're not backing down.
No way. Their minds are made up. They're gonna face Malfoy.
It's like that classic teenage thing.
Totally. Rules. What rules? We've got a point to prove.
Exactly. And honestly, who can blame them?
Well, they're standing up for Neville, for what's right.
They're showing loyalty, courage. It's admirable.
It is. But also, maybe a little bit reckless.
Maybe. But that's what makes it so exciting, right? I mean, imagine sneaking through Hogwarts after curfew.
Oh, I know. Every creaking floorboard, every shadow. It's like, are they going to get caught?
The suspense is killing me.
And then they run into Filch and Mrs. Norris.
Talk about bad timing.
It's like those two are always lurking in the shadows, waiting to catch someone breaking the rules.
It's almost comical. Filch with his chains and his creepy cat.
Yeah.
But it also reminds us that there are consequences.
Absolutely. Filch is the embodiment of Hogwarts authority. Rules are everything to him.
Right. But then there's Peeves.
Oh, Peeves. He's a whole different kind of chaos.
He is. He's not just enforcing rules, he's breaking them for fun.
And loving every minute of it.
Like that trick with the vanishing cabinet. Almost got them caught.
I know. Talk about adding fuel to the fire.
But then, out of nowhere, they stumble upon that three-headed dog.
What a scene.
I mean, talk about a nightmare. I can just imagine the drool, the snarling.
Those glowing eyes. It's terrifying, but also kind of funny.
Right. Like, what is this thing doing in Hogwarts?
That's the big question. What is it guarding?
Remember what Hagrid said?
About Gringotts and Hogwarts being the safest places in the world.
Yeah. Safe for what?
That's what we need to find out.
And it's no coincidence that they encounter the dog right after running into Peeves.
Interesting point.
Like, maybe he led them there on purpose.
It's possible.
Makes you wonder if there's more to Peeves than we think.
There's always more to discover in the wizarding world. It's amazing how much this chapter is about rules. And about breaking them.
Right. Like, it's everywhere you look. From the moment they step on those broomsticks, it's a constant test.
Even in flying class, Madam Hooch is laying down the law.
Oh, yeah. And Harry, he just can't help himself.
He sees Malfoy picking on Neville, and he's off. Rulebook out the window.
It's like his instincts take over. He has to do something.
And it's interesting how that rule breaking actually leads to something good.
You mean becoming the Gryffindor Seeker?
Exactly. He breaks the rules, impresses McGonagall, and bam, instant Quidditch star. It makes you wonder.
If sometimes breaking the rules is the right thing to do.
Maybe. It's complicated.
It is. But then you have the duel.
Where the consequences are a lot more serious.
For sure. Sneaking out after curfew, facing a potentially dangerous duel, that's a whole different level of rule breaking.
And their intentions are good, right? They want to stand up to Malfoy, defend their friend.
Yeah. But they're putting themselves at risk, and potentially the whole house.
Because their actions have consequences. For everyone.
It's that classic dilemma, isn't it? When is it okay to break the rules? When do the ends justify the means?
Big questions, and this chapter really makes us think about them.
And that's what I love about this book. It's not just a fun story. It makes you think about these bigger ideas.
About courage, responsibility, and the choices we make.
Exactly. This chapter, it's like a microcosm of the whole series, really. All the themes are there.
It's like Rowling is giving us a taste of what's to come.
The magic, the danger, the friendships, the tough decisions Harry will have to make.
And it all starts here, with a midnight duel and a three-headed dog.
I mean, come on, that's just good storytelling, leaving us on a cliffhanger, wanting more.
So much more. What secrets are hidden in Hogwarts? What's going to happen to Harry and his friends?
We'll have to keep reading to find out. But one thing's for sure, this is just the beginning of an incredible journey.
It is, and I can't wait to see where it takes us.
Me neither. So, until next time, keep exploring the magic. And remember, sometimes the most exciting adventures happen when you break the rules. But always, always be careful.